viewers and fans of the Pop Kid, and welcome to a brand new episode. Today, I'm doing another week's worth of Raw Roundup here today. We're going to go over the Raw results. Can I just comment right away? Very impressive Monday Night Raw. They have done, over the last two nights, TLC and tonight, very good job with everything. Really well done with Roman Reigns, but I'll get back to that in a moment. So we've first off, of course, got Stephanie McMahon confronted Reigns. She came out and told Reigns to come out, and she basically just crapped on him for the assault on Triple H. And then she slapped the living hell out of Reigns, and then she said Vince was coming, which was good. It was just kind of funny that, like, oh, Vince is coming, even though he's probably just sitting there out the back anyway. But, so that was really good. Stephanie slapped the crap out of him, said Vince is coming, and she walked off, and that was kind of the end of the segment. So not too much happened there. You got to see Stephanie's frustration, I suppose. But a couple things to get out there regarding Reigns in this segment, that he got a huge pop, massive pop for Reigns at the start of the segment, which is great. That's exactly what they wanted. And there were more thank you Roman chants. Really well done. And I didn't realise until the later in the night when Team Extreme came out that the Raw was in Philly. I didn't realise, I didn't pay attention at the start to where it was. And I realised, wow, the pop is so huge for Roman, and it's in Philly where he got booed out of the building at the Rumble, and I believe they did a house show somewhere in the middle of the year in Philly, and he got booed out of the building again. So, fantastic turnaround. You know, if there's anywhere they needed to test if Roman's over yet, it's there, and it worked. He got a huge pop coming out. So that was fantastic for him at the start, but of course, we got to see Roman two more times throughout the night. So Dolph Ziggler then, after this, defeated Dean Ambrose via disqualification, so they were putting on a pretty decent match, not gonna lie. It was really good, between Ziggler and the new Intercontinental Champion, Dean Ambrose. And then, of course, Kevin Owens came out and beat the living crap out of them. Fantastic stuff here, because a couple things to get out of it. I love Dean as champion, he's great. I was just a bit disappointed in Owens losing, because I hope that wasn't the start of his burial. It appears that's not the start of his burial, because fantastically done tonight. Owens came out and kicked the living crap out of Ambrose, hit him with two pop-up powerbombs, and then powerbombed Ziggler on top of Ambrose. And it really gave me the feeling of the Kevin Owens we knew back in NXT, because we haven't seen that type of I'm going to kill you now, Kevin Owens type of Brock Lesnar type of Owens since his NXT days, or at least his feud with John Cena. So it was really good to harken back to that, because ever since he held the title, he was kind of a cowardly champ rolling out and stuff, so really impressive stuff for Owens. They handled him really well here, and it was really good how they handled the whole feud. The continuation is great. I presume they're going towards a triple threat Intercontinental title bout between these three combatants at the Royal Rumble. I assume that's what they're going towards. I'd be so down for that. I think that'd be a tremendous match. Owens and Ambrose have had decent matches thus far, and throwing in Ziggler to the mix certainly isn't a bad thing. Dolph never gives you a bad match, so they certainly handled that really well. So Owens will be facing Ziggler this week on SmackDown, so we'll be interested to see where the rivalry goes from there. Next up, it was actually R-Truth versus Bo Dallas, but Mr. McMahon came in halfway through and interrupted and told Roman Reigns to come out. He then crapped on Reigns and said, I'm going to fire you, but he didn't. And Roman was really good here. I'll give him credit. He wasn't the smiling John Cena ripoff that we've come to know over the last number of months. He was really silent, didn't smile, I don't believe, once. Stood dead into McMahon's eyes, I'm going to murder you type of eyes. And it was fantastic stuff. This is the Roman Reigns that we should be seeing every week. He doesn't need to talk. I've heard all over the internet. He doesn't need to talk. And this is the definition of what he is doing correctly. And it's fantastic to see. So what happened was then Sheamus came out and said, I'll fight you tonight, brother, or fella, or whatever he says. And then, so then Roman's like, yes, one title match, and McMahon's like, yeah, sure, you've got your title match, but if you lose, you're fired. And then McMahon kicked him in the old genitals, which was kind of nice and kind of weird. But besides that though, Roman certainly getting another big pop, awesome stuff. This is the definition of Raw. If Raw continues the way Raw went tonight over the next number of months, then there should be no longer problem with the ratings. This was superbly done tonight. So that was good. So we have a main event set for the World Heavyweight title, Roman Reigns versus Sheamus, and I'm really excited to talk about that in a moment, so we'll get to that in a minute. The League of Nations has defeated Ryback and Jack Swagger. Not gonna lie, pretty much skipped this match. Wasn't all that interested in it. But the League of Nations won, which is good. They needed it. Ryback, boring. Swagger, Good they're giving him a bit more of a push, but at the same time, like, you know, yeah, not too interesting. He hasn't really got much content to grip his teeth into. So, yeah, no, that's good. League of Nations needed the win for later in the night to give them some credibility for their involvement in the main event. Neville defeated Tyler Breeze. This was probably the low light of Raw. No problem with Neville. Neville's fantastic. He's being mistreated. This whole thing with The Miz has got to be a joke. I feel like they're going the Mizdow route again, and they're going to make him Neville. It's so dumb. But I'm also disappointed that they treated Tyler Breeze like a bit of a jobber here. That was really disappointing as well. But hopefully these two can enter with Neville and Tyler Breeze. Hopefully they can enter some kind of mid-card feud. Hopefully sometime in 2016. I've got a feeling that certainly has a lot of potential, especially with their time in NXT. Next up, Wyatt family defeated Team Extreme again. Fantastic stuff. Wyatt family needed the win. I thought they were going to give the Team Extreme a win, or TVCW a win, just because they were in Philly, and that would have made sense. But huge momentum here for the Wyatts. Good stuff all around. Really impressive. Wyatts put up a fantastic performance, and it was good they give Rowan the pinfall win. He was kind of being treated like the one who takes the falls for the Wyatt family, so it was good to give him the win. Some fantastic spots throughout the match, and it was an overall great bout, and a great way to give the Wyatts some momentum. Fantastic stuff all around here. Next up, we had the Divas champion Charlotte and Becky Lynch defeated none other than Brie Bella and Alicia Fox. This was kind of weird. This sort of maybe proves my theory they're going towards a triple threat PCB bout at the Rumble, which makes sense. But so PCB, Becky and Charlotte teamed up against the Bellas, and they won because Ric Flair tripped Alicia Fox, which was pretty funny, and then allowed Becky to win with the disarmer. And I was kind of like, oh, so they kind of did the thing where, like, oh, Becky's like, you know, over the last number of weeks, she's been like, stop cheating, Charlotte, stop cheating. And then she got cheated on. Ric Flair helped her cheat and win. And she was like, yeah, this is actually really cool. I like cheating now. So that was kind of interesting. But, yeah, so it's good to see Charlotte kind of, it kind of seems that wasn't a heel turn then. Because it seemed like she was getting a heel turn over the last number of weeks, but it appears that's actually not happening, which was quite interesting. But, of course, in the main event of Raw, it was Roman Reigns versus Sheamus, world title on the line. Fantastic stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I'd like to announce to you all that WWE, you've finally done it. You've done it right. Don't ruin it anymore. Roman Reigns is over, and Roman Reigns is champion. Thank you. It's worked. They've tried for it's been a 2-year-long push thing. They've been building it up for 2 years. It's fantastic now. Roman won the Rumble. He got booed out of the building. In the same arena, he got cheered to death when he won the belt. Fantastic stuff. Roman, certainly a huge improvement. It's funny because you would think this improvement would come over time and it's built to this. But if you watched last week's Raw Roundup episode, you'll know I was extremely frustrated and bored by Roman last week. And then in a matter of a week, they've completely changed my mind, and now I'm into Roman. So that just proves how fast they've done it. I would have thought it would have been a long process from the Rumble to try and get him over. They've done it in a week, which in the one side of the argument is, that's fantastic. Good on him, he's over. On the other side of it, it's like, well, hang on, if you could have done it successfully in a week, then why, you know, like, you should have just done that from the start. But, you know, I guess they were trying to find the right ingredients and the right way to do it, and they found it, and it's working. Fantastic. So, League of Nations interfered in things, Roman conquers them, good. I was normally sick, I watched the TLC and I was sick of, like, Roman beating the crap out of the League of Nations, conquering the Authority or whatever. That kind of bored me, but he was great here, beat the living crap out of them. It wasn't like he's overcoming the odds, it didn't feel like that, it felt like, I'm gonna kill you guys, and it was really well done. And so he got rid of the League of Nations. He then, Vince kept trying to get involved and stop him winning, which is great. But Roman Superman punched him when he was out on the apron, and Kennedy's down, Mr. McMahon's down on the outside. It was really good. And then Roman speared Sheamus for the win. He kicked out of like 1 or 2 bro kicks, I want to say, Roman did. And Roman then speared Sheamus and won the World Heavyweight title on Raw. Good. Because I'm sick of waiting for it to happen. I'm sick of going, because I would have thought, if it didn't happen at TLC, I would have thought, okay, now they're just going to wait till WrestleMania and they'll put him on in there. Good, they just put it on Raw. That's good, because then we don't need to keep waiting for it. We're like, because if it was Roman Reigns Lesnar at the Rumble again, we're like, oh, well, they're going to put Roman over. Done, easy. But whereas now, they've done it already. They just kind of got the whole putting Roman over out of the way now. It's done, and now everything's kind of become unpredictable again, if you know what I mean, because the last couple of weeks of programming has been kind of predictable, like they're trying to get Roman over, but now it's done. It's good. They've kind of got that whole chore out of the way now. Roman's got the belt. You know, that whole task we've been trying to do for 2 years is now out of the way. Awesome stuff. So overall, really impressive Raw. If they keep this up, as I said, Raw's going to be back on the right track with ratings. I'm sure it was already up again today. Fantastic stuff. I feel like I missed a segment in this results. Oh, I did. It was the New Day. Sorry, guys. The New Day, they came out and they did this whole dance thing, and they said, "Oh, Lucha Dragons Usos, congrats." And but then it ended up being a troll, and they started dancing, and then the Lucha Dragons and the Usos wiped them out. Don't know where that's going. Maybe another rematch between them all, but it was still pretty entertaining because the New Day, anything they do is entertaining. So that was a bit of a roundup of Raw, guys. Make sure you guys let me know in the comments below what you thought of Raw and what you think of Roman Reigns finally being champion. And make sure you stay tuned to the PopKid YouTube channel for all of your professional wrestling and WWE needs. I do hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave some feedback in the comments. If you're new to the channel, be sure to check out all of my other pop culture related content and subscribe if you like what you see. You can click on screen now to watch one of my previous episodes. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day.